Kayla, that assault never happened, did it?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Well, you describe physically trying to stop him, Adam.
Yes.
You describe verbally trying to stop him.
Yes.
Nobody wants a person to strike and hurt a child,
Right.
especially a 5-year-old child under your care.
Right.
And you cannot allow that to happen. You can't sit by and allow that to happen, right?
Right.
Okay. But you said that you stopped trying to do anything because he looked at you with the face of pure evil.
Yes.
So you just got scared and shut up, right?
Yes.
Because his face was pure evil, right?
Yes.
And pure evil, a person with pure evil is not someone you want to protect.
No.
And a person who is pure evil is not someone that you love.
Well, that's hard to say.
Okay. A person of pure evil is not someone you want raising your children.
Right.
Okay. And you would do anything to get your kids away from pure evil.
Yes.
And even though Harmony was your child, you felt the same about her.
Yes.
She was pretty much your child.
Yes, I helped take care of her.
Okay. And when you and Adam split up years later, or March of 2021, you wanted him back.
We were both trying to fix our family and get back.
You wanted him back with the family and raising the children.
Right.
And when you were sitting in your cell thinking about this and reliving it, and you wrote that note about your thoughts about what you wanted, you indicated that the children needed Adam as well as you, right?
Right.
And that's not the face of pure evil. Right?
No.
Okay. So, you said to the jury Friday, I believe, that you fed the children at the Burger King parking lot?
Yes.
Okay.
We were leaving the parking lot.
As you were leaving the parking lot, you were feeding them?
Yeah, I handed them food.
Okay. Who'd you hand food?
I handed Seamus some food.
Uh-huh.
I handed Declan some food.
Uh-huh.
And I reached behind my seat and was giving Harmony the food, but I just put it down, thinking that she was going to be grabbing it.
Okay. So, do you remember telling the police that you fed the children at the Colonial parking lot?
No.
Okay. Did you feed the children at the Colonial parking lot?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, your car died at the intersection late morning-ish. Does that sound right?
Yes.
And you were at the clinic at 7-ish?
Yes.
Okay, so you were in the Colonial parking lot for a while, right?
Yes.
All right. And you don't recall talking to the police about feeding your children in the back seat at the Colonial?
No.
All right. First of all, we'll, before I ask some more questions, set up the situation. Declan is in the car seat by the, behind the driver.
No.
You've got Seamus there now.
Yes.
And So you're having Declan in the middle seat,
Yes.
and Harmony is on the
Behind.
passenger side behind you.
Yes.
And Declan is under a year,
Yes.
and you got croissants. What were you feeding Declan?
Pieces of food.
Okay. So you would break off a little piece of hash brown?
Yeah, something. I don't remember what I was feeding him.
And would you hand it to him and make sure he grabbed it?
No.
You just sort of put it back there?
I put it in his mouth.
So you would turn around from the driver's side and put little pieces of food in Declan's mouth?
No.
What?
I reached my arm back and put it in his mouth. Because he's in the middle.
Okay. And Seamus, okay, so would you turn to reach your arm back and look and make sure you're getting it in his mouth?
I could feel it.
So you reach back with your arm and you feel around for his mouth and put it in?
Yes.
Okay. And then Seamus, you also have to give him small pieces of food, right?
Right.
And with Seamus, you break off a small thing and you give him and make sure he takes it in his hand, right?
Right.
And so you turn around and reach over to Seamus and hand him his piece of food.
I didn't turn around
Okay. Why not?
because I could see him. I
Okay.
just handed it to him like that. He was sitting in the car seat.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Do you remember describing to the police? Oh, and also you said that you took some and you handed it back to Harmony?
I gave a sandwich to her, yes.
You gave a croissant to her?
Yes.
So you bought the croissant for Harmony or for you?
There was 3 of them.
Okay.
There was one for her, and then there was one for Adam, and one for me. And the one that I had, I broke apart and gave to the kids.
Okay. And so what'd you do? Put the whole sandwich back there for Harmony?
Yes.
Did you check and see if she was eating it?
No,
Why not?
because I didn't.
Okay. Okay. And Harmony's position while you're doing that, I think she's leaning against her brother beside her,
Yes.
and then sometimes she's leaning up against the door, I think.
Yes.
And you don't check on her.
No.
Don't check and see if she's eating.
No.
But you make sure that you've put the food in Declan's mouth.
Yeah, because they're younger.
So you weren't concerned about Harmony at that point.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. You feed them directly because they were younger. You don't feed Harmony directly because, or make sure that she's eating. Why?
Because she can open the package and eat it.
Did you hear her open the package?
No, I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Rephrase the question.
And after you ate, you and Adam did some drugs.
Yes.
And you did not ask Bodero to call 911.
No.
You did not ask your friend Bodero to come out to the car to maybe help you while you checked on Harmony.
No.
You did not ask to take Harmony up to Bodero's apartment to maybe clean her up and make sure she was okay.
No.
Okay. And fair to say today you don't know where you got those drugs from?
We were always at Colonial Village where he lived, and he's the one that we got drugs off of.
Okay. And But you do recall actually feeding all 3 children in the back seat, right?
Yes.
And you recall that you were feeding them, and do you recall that you said that you were feeding them with one hand because your other hand was in the bag for your food?
No.
Okay. So let's talk about why you left the Colonial. At that point where eventually the car broke down, okay? Did you have concerns about Harmony in the car at the time that you left?
No.
Did you look at Harmony at all in the car before you left?
No.
And you said that Adam, struck her God knows how many times.
Yes.
And that she had been crying, and that Adam actually got scared that he had hurt her.
Yes.
And you never checked.
No.
And you described on direct when you were talking to the state that whenever you all were out in public, Harmony would be covered up so no one would see.
Right.
That wasn't quite true, right?
Not in the beginning.
Okay. And not at Burger King.
Yes, she was under the blanket in Burger King.
Okay. Do you recall saying that she had a blanket on her lap
No.
when you were feeding her?
I just knew the blanket was there.
And that you put little pieces of food on her blanket that was on her lap to feed her?
No. I don't remember putting pieces of food on her lap.
Sort of toss back a sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay. And you had no concerns about Harmony?
No.
You said that she was moaning before she was at Burger King?
Yeah.
And you said that she was moaning after Burger King?
Yes.
And that moaning had you concerned?
Yes.
But you didn't check?
No.
And I think you just said because you weren't concerned.
No, I am concerned. I was concerned.
Okay. And you didn't check on her?
No.
And Adam, you described as being scared that he would hurt her, had hurt her.
Yes.
And where did you go from? Where were you going from the village?
I don't remember where we were going. I don't remember if we were going to figure out how to get money to get more drugs. I don't remember what we were doing. I don't
Okay.
remember why we left.
Okay. So that if this were true, then Adam would be driving around with a critically injured child in the back seat in public.
Right.
And it would have been a pretty important place to have to go for him to take that sort of risk of driving around with a critically injured child in the back seat.
He didn't care.
Okay. And you did or did not?
I felt like I had no say.
Okay.
Anytime I said something, I'd get yelled at.
Okay. And then you say that at the intersection. By the way, what drugs did you do that day?
I remember doing heroin or fentanyl.
Okay. Not crack.
I don't remember if we did that or not.
Okay. So when you said on direct that it was heroin and crack, that's not what you recall.
I don't remember doing both or not.
But you do recall heroin and fentanyl.
Yes.
Okay. And so we discussed timing with the Colonial at 7, and then the breakdown late morning, right?
Yes.
So you were at the Colonial for a few hours.
We were at the clinic at 7.
And then Burger King, and then the Colonial.
Yes.
And so you were at the Colonial parking lot for a few hours or a couple of hours before you left for wherever it was you were going.
I don't think we were there that long.
Do you recall the tow truck driver, do you recall going back to the intersection and the tow truck driver was there?
You're talking about after the car broke down?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I remember when we got brought back.
Okay. And that was like after 12:30 or so, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And how long did it take you to walk to Mr. Vadero's from the car?
I don't know, it felt like a long walk. I don't remember how long.
Okay. Okay. So, let's see. In that time that you were in the Colonial parking area on the 6th prior to the car breaking down, Harmony was in the car, but she was dead, right?
No.
Basis?
Assumes facts and evidence. Did we approach?
Yes.
Sorry. Harmony was on the 7th, between your 7 o'clock session at the clinic, dosage at the clinic, to Burger King, to the parking lot, to using drugs, to late morning driving away.
Yes.
Harmony was dead in the car, right?
Not throughout that whole time.
Pardon?
Not throughout the whole time.
She was actually in the trunk of the car, right?
What?
Were you and Adam planning or trying to figure out what you could do with Harmony because she had died?
No, that didn't happen yet.
Okay. Okay. So,
Didn't even make any sense.
somewhere important you had to go with Harmony in the car, and you break down at the intersection, right? The car
I didn't
does.
have anywhere important to go.
Okay. So, at the intersection, there's Webster and Elm Street, right?
Yes.
Elm Street is a big road, 4 lane.
Yes.
4-lane in the sense that it has turning lanes, right?
Yes.
And Webster is smaller, 2-lane.
Well, it was still 2 lanes where we were. Yeah.
And then it changes. And so you were on Webster getting ready to get onto Elm Street.
I don't remember which way we were going. But I knew we were at the light. First car at the light.
So you don't know if you were in the 4-lane part or the 2-lane part of Elm Street or the 2-lane part of Webster?
We were right on Webster at the light.
Okay. And the light turns green and the car doesn't go.
Right.
And there are cars around you.
Yes.
Honking,
Yes.
looking at you.
No, they were just figuring out why the car was there. We had to keep telling them to drive around.
Okay. So you and Adam are sort of waving them around?
Yes.
Or you're waving them around?
I was waving them around to go around the car.
Okay. And Adam, I think you said, got the duffel bag out of the trunk?
Yes.
Because the duffel bag was in the trunk, right?
Yes.
And Harmony's body was in that duffel bag already.
No.
Overruled.
You tell Adam, well, I think Adam asked you what to do, right?
Yes.
This is a pretty bad situation, right?
Right.
With Harmony in the car like she was.
Yes.
And Adam asked you what to do.
Right.
And you tell him that you should.
Yes.
I'm going to show you a copy of the transcript of your June 3rd interview. I'm going to move this clip a bit because it might be hidden if I had to. And ask you again to review a portion of it, and I'm going to ask you a question, and that is the area. Page 50 for the record.
Okay.
And you told Adam that you should go to Badero's,
I
right?
asked him if we should.
Okay. So it was your idea. Right?
Yeah.
And you gathered, Adam grabbed a duffel bag from the trunk.
Yes.
You got your purse and stuff from the trunk.
No, my purse was not in the trunk.
Okay. So you got your purse and you got some stuff from the trunk. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You got some diapers for the kids?
Yes.
And you couldn't take too much with you because you were walking with all the kids to Mr. Badero's.
Right.
And you can't wait around for any kind of help because you have to get Harmony's body away from that car as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to talk to you about discovering that Harmony was dead. I think on direct you said that Adam opened the door and said something like, baby girl, wake up, or wake up, baby girl.
Yes.
And she wasn't moving.
Right.
And that's when he popped open the trunk, you said.
The trunk wouldn't open.
It did eventually, though, right?
We moved the car seat out of the car so that he could move the seat to get into the trunk.
Okay. And Adam checked her breathing.
He was just trying to wake her and she wouldn't wake up.
Okay. Do you remember Adam saying that Adam put his hand over her heart?
No.
And so that didn't happen? You don't have a recollection of Adam putting his hand over her heart?
No, I don't.
Okay. But you did tell the police that in June of 23rd that he put his hand over her heart to check her.
He was checking her, but she wasn't waking up.
Okay, so he did put his hand over her heart to check her.
He tried waking her up. I don't remember the hand on the heart.
Okay. Do you remember telling the police on June of 2023 that he checked her breathing and like put his hand on her heart?
No.
Okay, I'm going to show you. Copy of that same transcript, okay? And ask you to review that paragraph there, okay?
I still don't remember that, but I can see that I said that, but I don't remember it happening.
Okay. But what you told the police back in June of 2023, you were telling them as if it was a memory, right?
Right.
So either it wasn't a memory or that memory is gone.
I don't remember.
And you also checked Harmony, and she wasn't breathing.
Right.
You checked her neck and you checked her wrists.
Yeah.
And you were looking for a pulse.
Yeah.
Must have been panicking.
Yeah.
Did you do that before or after you were waving cars around?
After.
Okay. So, after you have checked Harmony, you're saying that you went to the back of the car and you're sort of moving, waving cars around to get them around your car.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long did you do that?
Until we got the stuff out of the car that we needed to get out.
Okay, so are you doing that while Adam is getting stuff out of the car?
No, we're both on each side of the car doing the same thing, trying to get stuff out.
Which side of the car were you on?
I don't remember.
Okay. And you claim that as these cars are going around and beeping and everything, that Adam put Harmony into a duffel bag.
Yes.
And the four of you walked to Colonial Village.
Right.
Now, on direct, you said that you never saw Harmony bleed.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay. Did you ever see blood on her?
Not that I remember.
Okay. And you told the police that while Adam was throwing stuff in the back and cleaning the car, that, you told the police that Adam was putting stuff in the bag and cleaning the car, right?
After
What?
After we got to Anthony's and he brought us back to the car to get stuff out.
Uh-huh.
And he cleaned it.
Okay. And you said that he cleaned the back seat because he had blood on his hands from hitting Harmony.
I don't remember.
Yes.
You were asked what Adam was cleaning, and you said that the back seat because he had blood on his hands from hitting Harmony, right?
I don't remember that day of him doing that. I just remember cleaning the car after.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the questions, and then we'll do some more. You said that Harmony had a bloody nose, and he had blood on his hands from hitting her, and he was wiping the seat with a napkin, right?
Overruled.
I don't remember it that day that she passed away that was happening.
Okay. And you were asked if Badero said anything about Adam's bloody hand, right?
Not that day.
Okay, I'll go through. And you said no, he had already cleaned up his hands because that event, the bloody nose thing, happened days before, right?
Right.
And you were asked more about whether Harmony had blood on her that day,
Right.
and you said you saw dried blood on her face, right?
Right.
And you said that that was the day the car broke down that you saw dried blood on her face.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to go through the transcript and ask about some of those other things that you didn't remember and see if it refreshes your recollection.
Sure.
Okay?
Approach.
I'm going to show you, again, it's that transcript from June 23rd, and ask you to review portions of that transcript, and I'm going to show you 229 down to all of 229 and 230.
Okay, Smith?
That help refresh your recollection?
Yeah.
And so, you did tell the police that Harmony had a bloody nose and had blood on it. He had blood on his hands and was wiping the seat with a napkin.
Yeah, but that happened days before. Happened before she died.
Sure. But the wiping was on when the tow truck driver was there?
Yeah, when we went back to the car,
Okay,
I remember cleaning.
okay. And it was for the blood that was on the car?
I don't remember what it was for. Adam just wanted to clean it.
Okay. But you recalled that you did see blood, you said, on Harmony's face,
Yeah.
right? And it was that day, right?
Yes.
And where you saw Adam cleaning was around the area that Harmony was sitting, right?
Right.
And you said that Adam had blood on his face that day? I mean, on his fist that day?
Yeah, on his hand.
And that Harmony had blood on her face?
Dried blood, yeah.
Right. But not from days before. Are you saying she had dry blood from days before?
Yeah, she had dry blood on her face.
From days before.
Yeah.
And you never cleaned her face for days?
No, he just kept her under the blanket.
Okay. Now, you said yesterday, Friday, that you and Adam had talked about what to do together. Is that right? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And that you sort of came together with the plan to say that Adam had taken Harmony to her mother's.
That's what Adam told me to say, yes.
Okay.